Hello and welcome to Cooking with Dre Daily. You know, the title of Hot and Fresh in the Kitchen would have been great. Thanks, R. Kelly, for ruining that one. Today we're going to be making Bonzo Bango stew. It's really good, it's very flavorful, it's very fresh, and it is good for you. Now, some of the things that we're going to need, and before we go any further, I know a lot of you have like weirdness with cooking with garbanzo beans. Don't. It's just hummus before it got smooshed. Okay, that's when you eat hummus, it's garbanzo beans with oil and lemon and some seasonings in it. So don't be scared. You're gonna definitely want to try this recipe out. It's super simple and quite delicious. Here are some of the ingredients we're going to need. Olive oil, yellow onion, garlic, ginger, pepper, salt, oregano, tomato paste, crushed red pepper, sun-dried tomatoes, garbanzo beans, and please keep the bean juice. And I'm not going to be like aquafaba or aquafava and pronounce it differently every time. Bean juice. You flick the bean, you get some juice. Ew. Over here we have coconut milk, unsweetened. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to use the sweetened coconut milk, you're going to put it in the dish, and then you're going to be like, it tastes funny. Of course it tastes funny, Gina. It's sweetened. Then we're also going to need diced tomatoes. You can use whatever brand you like. I like to go with the unsalted because how's your cholesterol, Gary? So moving on, we have some spinach. We're going with baby spinach. We'll chop that up. Not to be confused with the basil and some cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, it's okay. You don't have to put it in. This is the super fun part about cooking, and I get asked this actually quite a bit. Do I have to put this in? Do I have to put that in? No, dude. You're the one cooking it. If you don't want mushrooms in it, don't put mushrooms in it. But I wouldn't make mushroom dishes then. All right, we're gonna get everything chopped up, and it's really, once you get all of your ingredients together, it's that easy. So we're gonna start chopping everything up. I made one small error. I forgot to put the turmeric onto the plate. Notice how there's an R in that word, but to be fair, there is an L in salmon, and we don't pronounce that, so. 1 tablespoon. We are gonna get that pan turned on to a medium-high heat, and we're gonna let it warm up just a smidge, a skosh if you will, and add in our tablespoon of olive oil. If you go a little over, a little under, it's gonna be all right. Now, a lot of people like to add their onions into a cold pan. I think it does make a difference. I like to add them into a little bit of a warmer pan, maybe even a hot pan. Oil's all spread around. You can also tell how hot your pan is by how liquidy the oil is. Viscosity breakdown. Or you can put your hand over it. Not that warm yet. So while that's heating up, let's get the first ingredients we're going to need. And as you recall, onions, garlic, ginger, seasoning, and sun-dried tomato. You can't see it, it's just off camera here, but all of the ingredients that I need at first are right next to me, so I have easy access to them. What's also really nice with that is once I put the onions in and all of these can go right in the dishwasher after you rinse them, and it makes cleanup super quick. See, this should have been hotter. You hear no sizzle, there's nothing. Now, not to complain, but I gotta tell you, this stove, it's time for it to go. This burner here, favorite burner, what's your favorite burner? I would really like to hear in the comments. A lot of people, it's the right front. For some reason, for me, it's the left front. I don't know if it's because I like the countertop here or what, but this burner has a tendency to go from Antarctica to the sun. And like, there's no happy medium in between, but I like its placement better. And also the oven door's got a little hitch in the giddy up. Now you're gonna heat those onions, you're gonna hear the sizzle, start to move them around just a little bit. What you wanna look for is you wanna start to look for a very, very slight transparency on some of the pieces. You don't want them to be fully transparent because we have a bit more cooking to do with them, and we want to start integrating the other ingredients. Nothing's better than onion and garlic in with that. And just be sure to get that incorporated throughout. And this one's a little bit easier. What you're gonna do is you're gonna wait until not your eyes tell you to put the ginger in. You're gonna wait until your nose tells you to put the ginger in. That garlic is going to blossom. And you're gonna smell it really well. If you don't have a well-ventilated kitchen, get a well-ventilated kitchen. Your clothes will stink. You'll need to Febreze yourself on the way to work. It's rough. Adding the ginger in. Now this has been chopped very finely. Another thing you could have done is you could have cut it into small little knobs and put it through your garlic press. We did not do that here because we wanted it just a little thicker. The finer it is, kind of the stronger the taste is going to be. Not kind of, it is. And also the more you put in. But now, the smell in here is amazing. The combination of garlic, the ginger just starting, and the onions is perfection. You can see the yellow onion is becoming much more transparent. We're going to be adding in all of our seasoning. Hold off on that tomato paste for just a hot minute because we are going to put that in, but there's a couple other things we want to get in first. Everything looks like it is mixed well. We're going to go for our sun-dried tomatoes. These can have a little oil in them. That's not going to hurt anything. If you are going to use the dry ones, I would probably rehydrate them a little bit before you put them in. I use olive oil to rehydrate them. You could use water if you wanted to do that. Okay, the smell has changed drastically from what it was just a few seconds ago. So what we're going to reach for now is our tomato. The coconut. With the coconut, we bring the temperature down to a medium-low. As you can see, it's starting to heat back up. So we are going to grab our garbanzo beans, chickpeas, whatever you would like to call them, in. Give that a stir. Make sure they're all mixed in. Lovely. Would you look at that? Just look at that. You're gonna wanna give those about 5 minutes on this temperature. Keep an eye so you don't wanna go anything over a light simmer. About 5 minutes have gone by. It's really getting very fragrant in here. We are now going to add in our tomato paste. And as you can see, it's heating up nicely. The color is changing. We don't want it to get too hot, but what we do want it to do is start to reduce, and it's going to thicken. This is the juice from one of the cans. It's all you need. You don't need the juice from both of them. And if you don't know about garbanzo bean juice, it's amazing. You can make whipped cream with it. You can make mayonnaise with it. See the price of mayonnaise lately? Start making your own at home. You'll feel better. You'll love it. Now, here's a hot tip. Hot tip. You're in a hurry. You need to get this done. Prep everything. Dump it all in the pan. Crank it up. Mix it together. When it's hot, eat it. You're good to go. There's no meat in it. There's no dairy in it. So as far as like getting things past that warm temperature, you want it warm to eat, but you don't need to cook an egg so you don't get salmonella. It's all good. I mean, you could eat all this stuff right out of the can. Not in the can, out of the can. We're gonna get the spinach mixed in. Juice of half a lemon. What's up, juice? Okay, we're gonna let that cook down. Now remember when I said don't add too much salt because of your cholesterol? Now is when you take your spoon, you dip it in, Get yourself a nice little bit, and you want to taste it. And you say, that's damn good, but it could use a little more salt. So you grab your salt, and you very carefully start out with about that much. And also note the type of salt you're using. If you're using the real fine ground stuff, it's going to be, use a little less. Don't be afraid to add more. You can't take it out, but you can always put it in. That's what she said. So you'll mix it gently. And you'd think someone who's been working with a tripod their whole life, hey-oh, would be better at this. But this is a new tripod we got. We're trying it out. Hope you like it. It's got the lights, you know, the ring light, the buttons to push, shit like that. It's time for the basil. Basil in. All chopped up nicely. That's one thing. Don't worry about your cuts. Make sure you don't cut yourself. No one's going to be looking at your stuff. That's one thing I always try to tell people is worry about cooking how you like it. Make sure it's delicious. Make sure it's healthy for you and your family. Don't worry about the carrots are slightly different angles, or sorry, the carrots are different angles. The tomatoes aren't cut properly. As you can tell, it is already thickening up nicely. The reason the cilantro is not in is because that is one of those things where it's like half the people in the world don't like it. The other half of the people in the world think they're dumb. That's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop it up real fine like you saw, and we're gonna use it as a garnish. So when we plate these, folks will have the option of putting the cilantro on or not putting it on. What you're gonna wanna do with this needs about 9 minutes to cook down. It's gonna thicken up. Be sure you're keeping an eye on it, mixing it gently. If any of these leaves start to turn darker than that, you're gonna wanna turn your heat down. So like I said, no cilantro, but since all the ingredients are in, we added salt once. We're gonna take a fresh spoon and give it a try. Now it's gonna be hot. How hot? Hot, hot.